Well, in the last few weeks, we've seen all too clearly that while COVID-19 can infect anyone, being poor does increase the risk of catching it. So you might think that the developing nations of the Caribbean are more vulnerable to the disease than other richer parts of the world. In fact, the death toll there has been minuscule compared to Europe, Asia and North America, with just 84 fatalities across 20 nations. Our Cuba correspondent Will Grant sent us this report.
The Cuban government hasn't changed its message from the start. Don't leave home unless it's strictly necessary, says this doctor in a village outside Havana, and lists the symptoms of coronavirus one more time. They also do shoe leather epidemiology, two-person teams of medics going door to door with a clipboard. The survey helps the authorities map the state of health of the town, and anyone showing symptoms of COVID-19 is closely monitored. It's largely worked. Cuba had no coronavirus fatalities on one day last week. And it's been a similar success story across the Caribbean. Most island nations locked down early to ensure the outbreak stayed within the capacity of their healthcare systems.
When the first cases came, the leaders acted very decisively. So by and large, responded within a week or two of each other with lockdowns, almost in all cases before the first death, and in some cases before the first case.
The Caribbean has established protocols for Zika and other infectious diseases and has 10 laboratories carrying out extensive testing and contact tracing for coronavirus.
And these labs have been doing a fantastic job and turning around results, sometimes within hours, almost always within a day. And so you're able to identify persons, you're able to do the contact tracing. So that is sine qua non for executing a containment strategy, and the Caribbean was very well prepared.
The Caribbean is also used to disaster management, like in late 2017 when Hurricane Irma wreaked havoc across the region. Although coronavirus isn't a hurricane or an earthquake, there were parallels in preparing for it which certainly saved lives. Nowhere in the world is as dependent on tourism as the Caribbean. It's the region's economic lifeblood, and without it, many island nations would go under. But as a cautious, gradual reopening beckons, the region's authorities face a difficult balancing act.
Talk to me in a month and see if I am just as happy. Because coming out of this first wave and also trying to have a foundation for economic viability while saving life, like I said, is the hardest challenge of my career.
The Caribbean's COVID-19 response may have been simple, but it's been effective. With just 84 coronavirus-related deaths in 20 different Caribbean nations, the results speak for themselves. Will Grant, BBC News.